Hi 803, this is your Sunday afternoon update. It has to do with the performance task on Friday. So if you took the performance task on Friday, and congratulations to Emily and Karima, they both had 100s, perfect papers. Someone mentioned that I don't make very good videos, so you are always welcome to make a video for the class. Just let me know. In any case, there were 4 different scenarios. I'm just going to go over one in detail because honestly, they were all the same. I will give you the answer to the rest. If you did not take the test on Friday, or you only did one part of the work, meaning you didn't answer anything on the second page, that will be your homework for the week. It is due on Thursday. So let's look at example number 1. This is a plumber. This is very typical in real life. Verbal description is when a plumber is called, the cost of the service call, meaning the guy just shows up and it's going to cost $50. For each hour that he works at your house, it's another $25 per hour. So write the equation. You need to write an equation and graph this situation. So if you go over to here, the total cost is just the y. So if I'm defining my variables, y is the total cost of the service, where x is the total number of hours that the plumber works. The equation then looks like this. Y equals 25 times x plus 50. 25 is the amount he charges per hour. 50 is the amount he charges for the service, or she charges for the service call just to show up. The 25 is the slope of your line. The 50 is the y-intercept. So find the intercept and slope. All you needed to do was just point that out to me. You didn't actually have to find it, since it was given to you in the problem. On the bottom part of the page, you had to come up with a table of variables, and I suggest always start with 0. It's a great place to start because that will tell you exactly where your y-intercept is. So I know when x is 0, I plug it in right over here. When x is 0, 25 times 0 is 0, 0 plus 50. Oh, it is not 25, excuse me. It is 50, which is the charge, his charge. So I made my own little mistake here. So when y then, and that's my y-intercept, that's where it should be, at 50. When x is 1, again, I plug it in over here. 25 times 1 is 25. 25 plus 50 is 75. At least that one's right. Plug in my 2. 2 times 50, 2 times 25 is 50. 50 plus 100. 50 plus 50 is 100. So over here I need to make a couple of amends. When 0, this is 50. 1, 75, 2, 100. So here's critical on your graph. You want it to show when x is 0, meaning it's the y-intercept, I would start my graph right here at 50. That's my first point, and it is where my graph intersects the y-axis. When x is 1, or the number of hours worked is 1, my y-intercept, or not my y-intercept, but my next point is up here at 75. And my last one, when x is 2, y is 100, which is right about here. I get whatever straight edge I have, and now you can see that my line is going to shift just a tiny bit. I draw my graph in this direction, and make sure it's a one long pointed end. That graph goes on forever and ever. The remaining problems are all identical, just different situations. So let's see what we have for the t-shirt shop. Total cost, y is always the total cost. X is the number of shirts that you sell. The equation is y equals 8x plus 15. 8x is the slope, or just 8 is the slope. 15 is the y-intercept. My table of values, again, you just plug these things in. When x is 0, y is 15. When x is 1, 1 times 8 is 8. 8 plus 15 is 23. When x is 2, 2 times 8 is 16. 16 plus 15 is 31. Here, I just copy the points right over into here. These are the points that I'm going to graph. I come over to this side, I graph my chart, and just make extra sure that my y-intercept is right here at 15. And if you were labeling your axis, as I should have done, this would be the number of shirts. And on this side, it is my total cost. Final scenario that I'm going to do is on the back, and that is the towing service. Towing service just says when you call a tow truck, the cost is $10 just to call him, so just the second that you call, plus $1 per mile. So Y, once again, is the total cost. X is the number of miles that you get towed. My equation is Y equals 1 times X. You didn't need to put the 1 there, but if it helps, go ahead and put the 1 there, plus the Y-intercept, which is 10. My slope in the towing case is 1. My Y-intercept is 10. I plug in some numbers. When X is equal to 0, Y equals 10. When X is equal to 1, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 10 is 11. When X is equal to 2, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 10 is 12. I copy these down, my points to graph. My graph will look something like this. Again, just be very sure that your Y-intercept is at 10. And you could find the slope just knowing if you go up 1, you're going to go over 1. Your change in your rise divided by your change in your run has to equal 1, and that's indeed the case. For every 1 that I go up, I go over 1, and this will work for the entire point. If I go up 1, I go over 1, and that's my slope of 1. Anyway, again, homework, if you were not here or did not take the test on Friday, remember that you have a big and very important test coming up this coming Friday. It's the Unit 3 test. This was just the performance assessment. If you have any questions, please give me a call. You know how to reach me. And I will see you tomorrow in the morning.